Yes, and I thank my honourable friend, and he's absolutely right. We will be having an advanced research projects agency funded to the tune of £800 million, and it will be tasked with supporting really revolutionary breakthroughs in this country, because it was the UK, from splitting the atom to the jet engine to the internet, that has led the world in scientific research, and under this government we intend to continue.
We're now heading up into Scotland to the Leader of the SNP, Ian Blackford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And can I associate myself with the remarks of the Prime Minister on Grenfell, of course, on the birthday of the Duke of Edinburgh, and yourself. And Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister told the Liaison Committee, "I do not actually read the scientific papers." It is no wonder then, Mr. Speaker, that it took the UK so long to act on quarantine measures. The Prime Minister's Scientific Advisory Group weren't even asked for advice on this significant policy. This has been a complete shambles. Too little, too late. We cannot risk ignoring the experts once again. Can the Prime Minister confirm what scientific papers he has read on the 2-metre social distance rule?
Prime Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I must say I disagree with him. I've read a huge amount about a disease that affects our entire nation. I've read many papers actually on the social distancing rule, and it's a very interesting point. And I think members across the House of Commons will want to understand that I believe that those measures, the 2-metre rule, needs now to be kept under review. As we drive this disease down, as we get the incidence down, working together, I want to make sure that we keep that 2-metre rule under constant review, because as the right honourable gentleman I think indicates, there is all sorts of scientific advice about that particular matter.
Ian Blackford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Of course, we know that the Cabinet has discussed reducing the 2-metre social distancing rule, but that's not the experts' advice right now. SAGE reported that being exposed to the virus for 6 seconds at 1 metre is the same as being exposed for 1 minute at 2 metres. That, Mr. Speaker, is a significant increase in risk. And the last time Professor Whitty was allowed to attend the daily press briefing, he stressed that the 2-metre rule was going to be necessary for as long as the pandemic continues. People are losing confidence in this government. A U-turn on schools, a shambolic rollout of quarantine measures, and now looking to reduce the 2-metre rule far too soon. Will the Prime Minister continue to ignore the experts, or will he start following the advice of those who've actually read the scientific papers?
Prime Minister.
Well, actually, Mr. Speaker, the people of this country are overwhelmingly following the guidance that this government gives. And tomorrow, Mr. Speaker, the House will be hearing a bit more about what's happened with NHS Test and Trace, and they will find an extraordinary degree of natural compliance, natural understanding by the British people, in spite of all the obscurantism and the myth-making that we've heard from the parties opposite. And I can tell the right honourable gentleman that there are all sorts of views about the 2-metre rule. He's absolutely correct in what he says about the SAGE advice, but clearly, as the incidence of the disease comes down, as I think members of SAGE would confirm, the statistical likelihood of being infected, no matter how close or far you are from somebody who may or may not have coronavirus, goes down.
Peter Aldis.
We will make America great again.